Nature's rules can be really tough in the wild. It's all about the survival game, and sometimes animals do things that will totally surprise you. Some of the animals do surprising things to survive. There is the darker side of the animal kingdom, leading to some of the most heart-wrenching scenes. One of the most shocking things is when animals start killing their own babies. In this video, we're going to explore this, focusing on those tough situations that lead to some really hard choices in the wild. So let's get started. Number 10. Cuckoo. In this clip, a reed warbler's nest becomes the center of a sneaky plan. A cuckoo secretly puts her egg in the warbler's nest, tricking the warbler into taking care of it. When the cuckoo chick hatches, it looks harmless, but the reed warbler doesn't know what's coming. Things get a bit dark from here. The cuckoo chick starts doing something pretty shocking. It kicks out the warbler's own babies from the nest one by one to make sure it's the only one left. This might sound mean, but it's all about the cuckoo chick making sure it gets all the food and care. As days pass, the cuckoo gets way bigger than the reed warblers, but they keep feeding it, not realizing it's not their own chick. This story shows us how the cuckoo has a special way of surviving by leaving its eggs in other birds' nests, avoiding the hard work of raising its young. In the wild, what's right and wrong can get mixed up, and sometimes for one to survive, others might not make it. Number 9. Elephants are known for being really smart and having strong family ties. They're like the big, friendly giants of the animal world with complex feelings and relationships, but sometimes things happen that can really surprise us and make us feel sad. This is a shocking moment where an elephant mom acts in a way we wouldn't expect. A baby elephant is suddenly treated very badly by its mom. For 5 whole hours, the mom elephant stomps and kicks the little one. The baby's cries are heartbreaking and make this scene really tough to watch. This unusual behavior doesn't fit with what we usually know about how caring elephant moms are. It makes us think that maybe the mom is stressed, sick, or feeling some kind of pressure we don't know about. The rest of the elephant group not stepping in to help makes it even more confusing. When the baby elephant tries to get close and find some comfort, it gets kicked away instead. You can really see the confusion and hurt in the little one's actions. This story is hard to see, but it makes us think deeper about the lives of animals like elephants. Number 8. Polar bear. Polar bears are the kings in the cold, where everything is covered in ice and snow. But life up there is really tough, especially because the weather is changing a lot. Polar bears sometimes eat each other. This big male polar bear went after a baby polar bear, even though the baby's mom tried really hard to stop it. This scary behavior might happen more often now because the ice where polar bears live is melting. This makes it harder for them to find their usual food, so they sometimes do extreme things to survive. Here is another big male polar bear doing the same thing. It was a shocking moment, even for someone who knows a lot about polar bears. After this sad event, this is another mom bear eating cub alone on the ice. It shows just how hard life can be for polar bears because of the changes in their home. Number 7. Hippos. Sometimes hippos harm their own young ones. Male hippos do this to make sure their genes carry on and to have more chances to be dads again soon. It's a harsh way they try to stay in charge. When hippos leave the water at night to eat, things can suddenly turn scary. A big male hippo might go after a young one without anyone to protect it. This is a very unfair fight, and sadly, the little hippo often doesn't make it. This fight is hard to watch. The big hippo uses its huge mouth not just to beat the young one, but to show its power in a very rough way, often hurting the young one badly in the water. This happens because when a new male hippo takes over, he's in a hurry to make sure his babies are the next in line. By stopping the young ones that aren't his from growing up, he makes sure the female hippos can have babies again sooner, with him as the dad. Number 6. Lion. Lions are the top bosses in the open lands of Africa. Here is a male lion herding a baby lion. This might shock us, but in the lion world, when a new male lion takes over, he often hurts the baby lions that were there before him. Just because it makes the female lions ready to have new babies sooner. With the new leader lion, we see a big male lion going after a little cub that can't defend itself. It's hard to understand, but this is how they make sure their own babies grow up in the group. There's a really sad moment when a lion mom has to leave her hurt baby because it won't make it. Number 5. Warthogs. Right after baby pigs are born, things can get really tough. There are times when the mom pigs might hurt their own little ones. This can get really serious, and even lead to the mom eating the baby pig, which is hard to understand and really sad. Little piglet suddenly getting chased and attacked by grown-up warthogs. It's a quick and fierce attack, and sadly the little one doesn't make it. It's even more shocking because the attackers are usually the ones who should be looking after the piglets. This is a tough part of the story. Number 4. Eagles. Baby eagles are watched by their mom, but sometimes they get into serious fights with their brothers or sisters. It's a part of growing up for them, especially learning how to survive. As we know, in the wild, there's not enough for everyone. Food and space are hard to come by. So, these baby eagles practice fighting with each other to get better and prove who's the toughest. In colder places, there is not enough food. Things can get even sadder. Sometimes the stronger one might even eat the weaker one. It's their kind of life that finds a way to keep going. These battles might be hard to watch, but they're important in their instinct. They teach the young eagles everything they need to know to live on their own, like how to claim their space and find food. Number 3. Rabbits. Rabbits are known for their calm and cute nature, but there's a surprising and sad behavior that's hard to understand. Sometimes rabbits might not take care of their babies and might even kill them. Sometimes a bigger rabbit in the family might start hurting a younger one, even though the mom rabbit tries to stop this by giving them. And if the mom rabbit can't find enough food for all her babies, things can get really tough for the little ones. If a mom rabbit feels too scared or stressed, she might act this way. Not having the right kind of food, especially enough protein, can also cause problems. The mom rabbit might do this to get the nutrients she needs. Rabbits also want to keep their home safe. If there are babies that didn't make it, their smell could attract animals that might harm the rest of the family. So, a mom rabbit might decide to remove any trace of them to keep the others safe. Number 2. Zebra. In zebra families, where sometimes the little ones face danger from their own group. Here is a zebra mom who has just had a baby, a new little foal, but suddenly things take a tough turn. A male zebra starts to attack the newborn foal. The mom, who's still weak from giving birth, fights to protect her baby. A new male leader wants to make sure that the babies in the group are his own. So he might try to hurt or chase away the foals that were born before he became the leader. The mom's fierce attempt to defend her foal is a natural response to protect her young one from harm. Number 1. Stork, heron. In the bird world, storks are famous for being great parents, but sometimes even they have to make really tough choices. Storks are known for looking after their babies really well, but when food is hard to find, they might have to make a sad choice. Sometimes, stork parents might decide to focus on just a few of their babies, usually the strongest ones, to make sure at least some can grow up healthy. This means they might stop taking care of the weakest baby, which is a hard thing to see, but it's their way of trying to make sure some of their babies survive when times are tough. There's a story about heron chicks, where the baby birds start fighting and the weakest one ends up not making it, all while their parents just watch. It's a harsh reminder of how tough life can be for birds. In another shocking moment, a stork is really stressed about finding enough food for all his babies and does something unthinkable. He tries to eat one of his own chicks, and then there's a stork who's trying her best to make sure some of her babies make it. But her way of doing this is really tough to watch. She might hurt one of her chicks or even push it out of the nest. It's her way of trying to save the others, but it's really sad. The stories we've talked about today really make us think differently about how animals live and survive in nature. Even though some of the things animals do might seem tough or even mean when we look at them from our point of view, they show just how determined these creatures are to keep going and make sure their families stay alive. It's all about the big picture of life in the wild, where every day is about making it to the next. If you have learned something new from this video, make sure to like this video, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for wild content like this.